Benifei, an Italian MEP with the group of Socialists and Democrats. Look, tough words. I'll start with you. Tough words between Italy and the EU. Is Italy tempting fate here? Is it pushing the EU towards a position it doesn't want it to be in?
Well, the truth is that we have seen from this new nationalist government that we have in Italy a lot of chaos. Today, the finance minister is not attending the ECOFIN and is back in Italy to try to solve the mess. Because the truth is, we got a lot of press, a lot of communication, press releases, but no number, no figure, no text on this financial program for next year. So we have seen a lot of very expensive proposals, and I think it's right for Italy and its government to make its own plans and to propose that to Europe. But at the moment, there is really nothing substantial.
You agree with Italy?
No, I don't agree with. No, I don't agree with what has been proposed because it's clearly just they put together flat tax rate with income for everyone. It's like it's just propaganda. But I think it's the right for every government to push its own program, especially if it has a lot of support. But today, this government also has to consider that it has to comply with EU rules and agreements, and also it has to show something.
But that's exactly what it doesn't want to do. Italy does not want to comply. I mean, it doesn't want to.
Let's not talk about Italy. It's the present government. And I think that today, while we are talking, they are trying to find some solution and try to write something down, because as I said,
well,
they don't have anything.
They have said they won't give an inch on this 2.4%.
We will see about that. My bet is that this could change also.
I think first of all, I think the EU is slightly frustrated about this, unsurprisingly, given the fact that they thought they had agreed to 1.6%, and clearly that has changed, and there is a massive tussle within the Italian coalition government about this. But ultimately, you know, this was a coalition elected to invest in public infrastructure, to cut taxes, for the poorest Italians. And in that essence, that means, since the economy is not growing as well as people would want it to, it means more debt. So,
but they are not doing that. They're not doing that. They were elected to do that, but they just propose subsidies. They are not putting any money in investments, at least in what they announced, because we don't have anything in written. It's just propaganda. But what they announced is no real investment. Think of Genoa disaster that everyone knows. There is a very, very thin set of measures. They are not even asking the EU Commission to start the procedure to create a special economic zone for Genoa. They are doing very little. They just want to please some of their voters, but there is no investment and no real.
I just say that Europe does need to be careful here. We know how toxic and difficult Greece was. Just the internal narrative to make and draw comparisons is
this collision course, between Italy and Brussels, the EU being very closely watched. All right, we'll have to move on.